Welcome back to Inside the 12. Madison Hawk alongside Pete Souza. Time now for one of our favorite segments of the entire show. We take a look at our picks last week, first and foremost. And the biggest takeaway from this graphic that I do want to point out is I am still one game ahead of you, Pete.
Clinging to a one-game advantage. A lot of time left, Madison.
This week's guest picker is a former All-American linebacker from Arizona. We'd be here all day if I listed every single one of his accolades, so I'm just going to welcome Scooby Wright to the show. Scooby, welcome. I will say you're our third guest picker on Inside the 12, but you by far have the best name.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you guys having me on.
All right, well, far be it from me to disagree with a Chuck Bednarik Award winner, but I might have to on this segment. We'll see.
All right, well, let's start with this Friday's game. Houston at TCU. That's a 7:30 kickoff on ESPN. Scooby, who do you like in this one?
I'm liking TCU. I like Sonny Dykes. I think he's a good coach. I like the way he goes about his business. So I'm going to take the Horned Frogs on Friday night.
I'm going with Scooby, TCU for sure.
Yep, TCU. I think they're rolling right now after a big win last week, so they have my pick. Moving on, West Virginia versus Oklahoma State, a 4 o'clock Eastern on ESPN2. Oklahoma State needs a win. Scooby, can they do it in Week 6?
I don't know. I'm gonna go with West Virginia.
Ooh.
I got some Rich Rod ties to West Virginia, and then one of my old coaches, the coaches at West Virginia. So yeah, I'm gonna take West Virginia.
Okay.
The Rich Rodriguez connection. I like that. I'm going to go with Oklahoma State. I'm going against Scooby.
Okay. I have to go with the Cowboys as well. I think they're ready for a win after back-to-back losses. Baylor travels to number 16 Iowa State. That game's at 7:30 Eastern on Fox. Who do you like in this one, Scooby?
I like Iowa State. I think I watched a few of their games. I think they are big-time contenders in the Big 12, and I'm excited to watch them play.
Yeah, I like Iowa State and Rocco Becht as well. I'm going with Scooby.
Iowa State has my pick as well. It's an in-state battle as UCF heads to Gainesville to face the Florida Gators. Kickoff for that one's at 7:45 Eastern on the SEC Network. Scooby, is it UCF or is it Florida in your mind?
I hope UCF pulls it off. It's a non-conference game, so I think a conference or it's a non-conference game, so a win would be good for the conference to show how good they are.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Scooby. I like Florida. I'm pulling for the Knights to win, but I like Florida in the Swamp.
I'm going UCF. Yeah. I'm from Knoxville. You will never hear me root for the Florida Gators, so I have UCF in this one. Kansas at Arizona State, kickoff at 8 o'clock Eastern on ESPN2. Who do you like in this one, Scooby?
Well, I always want the Sun Devils to lose, so I'm going to pick Kansas. So I don't know how it's going to go, but I'm pulling for Kansas.
I'm going with Arizona State. I like Arizona State.
Yeah, I wonder why you always want the Sun Devils to lose. I'm going with Arizona State as well. Texas Tech traveling to Arizona. That's at 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern on Fox. That's a late one. And once again, I do feel kind of silly asking you this, considering your ties and where your allegiance is. Who do you have in this one, though, Scooby?
I like Arizona. I mean, I think Arizona's they're peaking at the right time. I think that defense is playing very well. That Tacario Davis, he's coming off a huge game, 7 deflected balls. I mean, I think the defense can get a few more turnovers, but I feel like some of those contested balls that they're contesting, and if they get their hands on them, I feel like that'd be a huge difference maker in games to come.
I agree with you, Scooby. That Arizona defense playing like 11 Scooby Wrights. I like them to win also on Saturday night.
Yeah, it's hard to go against Arizona with what they did last week. So Arizona has my pick as well. Well, this was a lot of fun, Scooby. Thanks so much for joining us. We're going to find out next week on Inside the 12 how your picks did.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Scooby.
Well, that was fun once again. So I have to ask you, like I do every week, after these picks, how are you feeling?
I feel very good. I do. There's so much parity in this league, but I feel like we're getting a little bit of a feel.
I do feel like you say you feel good every week, but I'm still one game ahead of you, so I guess that means that I feel really, really good,
I'm just going to start saying, talk to me next Thursday.
Well, that's going to wrap it up for another edition of Inside the 12. Thanks so much for joining us. Enjoy your college football weekend.